Welcome back to PSC Tech Byte. Today we are going to talk about how we can do data binding in adaptive card extensions. In fact, based on the previous episode, we know that we can store properties and state in the adaptive card extension component, and the state and the properties are available to the card view and to the quick views that you have defined in your adaptive card extension. However, in a card view, you can just render a limited set of information based on the card view base types that we have in SharePoint Framework. On the contrary, in a quick view, any of the quick views that you can have in your adaptive card extension, you can render as much data as you like simply using a custom JSON for the adaptive card template. And as such, you can easily create a data binding rule in the JSON of the adaptive card, binding to the data that you get from the quick view get data method. So let me move to the demo environment and let me show you how you can do that in practice. So let's start having a look to the adaptive card extension in action. So this is my adaptive card in the workbench. And here we have a couple of buttons through which I can activate one quick view, which will give me a summary of a list of orders with the total amount of orders inserted in an hypothetical order management system. And here I can click on another button and see another quick view with the whole list of the orders that I have in my order management system. So how can we make such kind of solution with an adaptive card extension in SPFX? Well, here I have a SharePoint Framework solution in which I defined an AC, and as you can see, from a properties point of view, we simply have the out-of-the-box properties that get generated by the scaffolding tool. While from a state point of view, I defined a property called orders of type array of order, where every single order is made by an ID, a date, a status, a customer, and a total amount of the order, as well as the order status is based on an enum that you can see right here. Moreover, in my adaptive card extension, I defined two different quick views, those that we just saw in the UI, with their specific IDs. And in the onInit method, just for the sake of simplicity, I'm setting the state of the adaptive card extension component with a fake list of orders. In the upcoming episodes, we will see how we can consume external data. Right now, for the sake of simplicity, I'm just providing the list of orders as an hard-coded list of orders because I want to focus our attention on the data binding part of the story. So, I have in the state the list of orders. So in the card view, for example, I can get access to the state or to the properties, but I don't need to show anything right now in this demo in the card view. The card view is just a base primary text card view, which will render a couple of buttons, which will show the two different flavors of quick views. In the quick view folder, I have the quick view 1 file, which represents my first quick view. And in this one, I have, from a quick view data point of view, the title and subtitle, as well as the orders count and the orders total amount, meaning that this is the card we see when we click on this button. Then in the get data method of this quick view class, we simply provide an instance of the data type that we define here through this interface, and I can simply rely on the state object and on the array of orders to get the number of orders and to get the total amount of all of the orders in my system. Simple as that. And then in the template, in the JSON template of my adaptive card, I simply need to do data binding to the title, to the subtitle, and then I can create a fact-sect section in the adaptive card, and I can show the orders count and the orders total amount formatted as a number with 2 decimals. And in fact, here you can see the output. The same story applies to the other quick view, where I simply have another data interface, which will be based on the whole collection or array of orders. And here, when I go to the get data method, I simply need to return the whole array of orders that I have in the state as the content of the orders property of my data. And then one more time, in the JSON template for my adaptive card, I can say that I want to render the whole list of orders. So again, we do data binding for the title and the subtitle. Then we have a container where we define a column set where every single column will be the title of my list of orders, so date, customer, status, and amount. And in fact, we see here date, then customer, then status, and then amount. Once we have defined the title, the header of the table, we can define another container with another column set, which will be based on a set of items which we can provide through this property, $data, and here we provide as the data binding source the orders property of my data. And then again, for each and every order in the collection of orders, I will render the date with the format datetime, just showing the month and the day. I can show the customer as a data binding to the text of the customer. I can show the status, and I can apply some custom logic to show what the status is. And then we can show the total amount of the single order, again, as a format number with 2 decimals. And here we have the output right here. So it is quite simple. You work with the data object that you return with the get data, and then you render it in the JSON template of the adaptive card, applying all of the data binding rules using the adaptive card JSON schema syntax. Like always, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week. And remember, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.